Welcome back, everybody, to where it's a little bit warmer, I guess. Van seems to have taken off his coat.
Yeah, it'd be nicer to wear it, but it makes a lot of noise when I move around, and it was getting on my nerves, so I took it off.
It's nice and warm here in California,
Mm.
even Northern California.
You know what? I'd rather be too cold than too hot, so I'm okay with it.
I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
That's why I have, I think, all my windows open right now, so I don't have to sweat during.
I moved my bed in this room up against the window because it's usually really nice to have like the cold night air just kind of like blowing in. Well, hasn't been so great the past couple of nights.
Need a blanket.
Like I walked over to my bed last night and I touched the comforter and it was just like ice cold.
How many blankets do you have, Sean?
I only have 2, but one's a comforter, so it's okay.
So that night passes uneventfully, and you guys are ready to set off in the morning on the next day.
Neil, do I get a day's worth of spell learning in then that day?
I think you were hanging out at the pub talking with people.
Okay.
Malachi talking with people?
Malachi the social butterfly, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes, I am.
with himself. He's great.
That was
himself.
one time. All right. At least I didn't fuck myself like this guy over here.
He did not fuck himself. He did his.
I fucked an illusion I created from my own head. There's a difference. Okay, get it straight.
I think that is worse.
So, off to Stromheim, everybody.
Just time.
Stromheim, Stromheim.
First to Pinecone to, well, probably
Get Jeeves.
Jesus probably has find the love of his life there.
Be like, I'm sorry, guys, I can't leave.
No, we have to drag him.
I met a girl and now she's pregnant. I have to.
Do you think we should stop in on Thornwood?
I mean, we have to go through it, don't we?
We don't know. We can go around, but we should probably stop in and tell them they can, reopen the city.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll even listen to us.
Well, you should learn that.
The Baroness didn't
report
say that we
about-
captured the people responsible for all the murders. She just said responsible for murdering her family.
Yeah, I know, but if you can use your rapport spell to explain to someone what went down,
Maybe, but that would depend on whether or not the guards even give us a chance. Remember when you tried to cast the spell, they just immediately started shooting you with crossbow bolts.
yeah, sure. So we'll try the latter, and if not, then well.
Yeah, we could try. So at least a bit of the tension could be taken off of these people.
All right, Malachi, this is where, now that we're on the road, if we can't get into Stromheim through normal means, we're going to have to sneak in.
Yeah, we'll deal with that
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah. I'm sure you already have the general idea. I was thinking of some invisibility and some flying.
That's right. Van, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
I hand him my knife and say, can you just stab me a couple of times until the stone skin goes away?
I don't even need the knife, Malachi. This will be fine. Man just kind of cracks his knuckles.
You know,
Yeah.
if he has more than one load left, we could, well, cracks his knuckles.
Come on.
All right,
Dude, yeah.
Van will punch Malachi with a gauntleted fist.
It hurts your hand
That's fine.
really badly.
Yeah, it's a good kind of pain though.
How many did I have left, Neil?
You have more than one.
Yeah?
That kind will take a kick to his belly.
It hurts your foot, but you kick him in the gut. Oh, I left my notebook over here. Hold on.
Oh my god, this is fun.
Hey,
I'm
don't get any
honestly,
ideas.
Not you, it's fun. Nothing against you, Malachi. It's just fun to punch someone who can't be hurt.
All right.
Yeah, no, I don't take it personally at all.
After 2 blows, Malachi returns to his normal color.
Alright, I will recast Stone Skin. Alright, should we go?
All right.
Yep.
You 3 of you in your gray skin that absolutely looks like monsters departs your friendly town where everyone knows who you are and knows that you're not a monster.
Yes.
I also have a grey cloak with a symbol of Relko on a silver moon.
Oh yeah, so you've got that. You've got those symbols on display now.
Yeah.
I think at some point, walking out, Van will walk up to Kine and say, "So you've got some new threads on you, Kine."
Some blasphemy.
I don't think it is blasphemy, but well, it's tradition. The blessing of the moon. I point at my hair. That is probably half white by now.
Hmm.
My mother was. The tradition says the one responsible, one with the full blessing, is responsible for guarding the land and, well, being the guardian out of the shadows, darkness. The moonlight, or the moon shines in the night after all. And, well, there's no one left but me.
Okay. Van maintains a straight face and just kind of nods after you finish.
Okay.
I mean, I will not become the bringer of darkness if you don't fear that. No.
All right. I simply wanted to check in. It was something new to me. I wasn't aware that you worship Rockor.
Is that a good god, Van? Or
I don't
That's-
necessarily subscribe to the whole good and evil of godhood belief.
Malaka, I would say Rakor is beyond good and evil. More like,
all right.
as a constant.
So you're gonna start casting spells now as well.
I don't have this power.
All right. Well, more power to you, I say. I mean, believe what you want.
I mean, Malachi, you've I remember listening to you swear to the gods. They gained your field and your loyalty.
Oh yeah, no, they which one was it? Martha? She's the best. 100%. Can't get enough of that.
Hmm.
So you guys make some talk about the gods on the road, eventually turning off and cutting through the Shirebrook forest over towards Pinecone at the base of the swamp. It takes you most of the day to get there by foot, and at the end of the day you find yourself in Pinecone, the quiet little forest town on the edge of the swamp, filled with fearful people and brave knights and one very intoxicated carriage driver.
God damn it, Jeeves. Well, we're gonna have to spend the night here now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I suppose so.
Oh, Master Malachi! We're
You
back!
said we weren't coming back, didn't you?
The swamp
no.
didn't swallow you up!
No, not yet.
I will leave this to you, Malachi. Then maybe we should find the knight and tell her that everything is okay now.
Sure. And before leaving, Van just kind of looks at Jeeves and says, "You need to clean yourself up, Jeeves."
Would you care to help? There's a wonderful river over there we can bathe in.
Malachi, I think I'll leave this to you. You take care. You take care of the bathing, of
Mr.
Jeeves.
Kine, do you know of any spring pools we can find? Hot springs?
Near swamp? No. Malachi, I leave this to you.
Yeah.
I'm getting sick of of this shit, Jeeves. Look, I can always get a new carriage driver.
Yes, my lord.
All right, you've had your fun. Sober up. We'll leave in the morning.
Yes, my lord.
All right.
All right.
We
I'll go
go
get a
off
drink
to,
in the bar.
Yeah. Kine and I go off to find the knight.
Cool. You find the knight of this area. Kel something 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 something. It's actually in my notes somewhere. I should find it.
Brindy? No.
That sounds familiar.
That is definitely that is somebody.
That's a
girl that
person.
was killed by the bugbears.
Was that?
Yeah, Brandy was
No,
the
no,
girl
no,
that
not
came to us.
Ashley
I'm done with
Woodburn.
All right, Woodburn.
Kel Ashley Woodburn.
All right.
Yeah, I go up to her. Tell Woodburn.
Yes. Oh, you're the woodsman that was traveling with the cleric and wizard.
Yeah, I can happily say we found the ones you saw.
And
We killed all but one of them. And
Excellent.
the one we didn't kill, we hunted down, and he is now in jail in Shirebrook.
excellent, my soft-spoken friend. I appreciate your efforts. I take that to mean my village is safe from would-be monsters of the mankind.
Mankind, yes.
And well, anything
Well, for now.
which lives in the swamp is still dangerous, but
Of course.
at least no crazy fanatics.
Yeah.
I can handle the monsters of the swamp myself. My family has done so for many generations.
All right. Well, aside from the monsters, you shouldn't have to fear from religious fanatics anymore.
Oh, you've managed to wipe out all the religious fanatics.
The ones in your area.
At least they don't have a place in the swamp anymore.
Yep.
And when will you be leaving so my area can be free of religious fanatics
Oh, I'm sorry.
entirely?
You take this to be fanaticism.
Uh,
I don't mean to sound rude, Lord Woodbourne, but if you'd seen the things that I've seen in this world, perhaps you would.
were you not fanatical about your goddess?
Fanatical implies a sort of rabidness that I don't subscribe to. I think if you had seen some of the things in this world that I've seen, Lord Woodbourne, you might have a greater appreciation.
Please,
of the god.
kill Woodbourne. I am not a noble.
Oh, I apologize.
Quite all right. And unless there's anything you guys want to say, we can just move on to the next day.
Yeah.
All right.
See, that was confusing because there's a character named Lord Woodbourne in Daggerfall.
Yeah, also it's a lady, I think. It's,
This
Yeah.
one's a lady.
But I was just on autopilot 'cause there's a character by that name in Daggerfall, so it's just like, yeah, oh yeah, it's Lord Woodbourne. Fuck that guy.
All right. Next day, you guys pack up. Jeeves is sober, as sober as one can expect from him, and he's back to his usual kind of sad, dour tone.
Are you saying that he's on opium?
I'm not right now. He's not.
Good.
I don't think you guys have ever really seen what it is that he's getting intoxicated on. I think it's just kind of, when you're not around for a long period of time, you find him a little loopy, and eventually he
Yeah.
gets his shit together.
I gave him that 100 gold, and I was like, yeah, you can put this towards his mother, and look what he did with it. This is what charity gives you.
He has seen some shit though. He's probably almost
true.
mentally broken.
Also,
He's-
his mother's probably dead. Jeeves is
Yeah.
like 70-something years old himself.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is quite the relic.
He once was a great adventure, then he encountered a wraith or something. Now he's a carriage driver.
I mean, he's still a fairly he tried to save Malachi from that giant.
He did. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Good man.
Probably with a death wish.
All right. So you guys head off along the road on your way to the next town. Are you guys going through Thornwood, or are you going to just head around through the Tether Wilds?
I
We're
think
gonna
we're
stop
heading up the
outside the
Thornwood.
gate.
Yeah, we'll see
Alright.
if we can
Right.
get through.
So-
But I'm learning clairvoyance now.
Oh,
Okay.
and how bumpy is the ride on the road with the carriage?
Quite bumpy. It's a carriage.
Okay.
There's no springs on it. There's no shock system. It's
Okay. I thought about starting to start carving the material for my composite bow, but no, not on a bumpy road.
No, you could probably make arrows on the road, but your bow, I think, takes a little more.
I don't think I have any arrowheads. Oh, I have 6 arrowheads. Oh, right, okay.
75% now. Before you ask.
Oh, right. I just assumed you'd succeed. I didn't even roll for it.
Damn it!
I was just going to give it to you this time.
Sometimes you should just shut up. It got Moran killed.
Yeah. No.
No, I appreciate the honesty of the players. It makes the game better.
I was just trying to be a smartass. But look where it got me.
That's a life lesson for you.
Yeah.
it gets people killed.
Yeah, no.
It is a bumpy day along the road, but it's also a quiet day along the road. Aside from the beasts of the wilds, you don't see a single traveler between Shirebrook and Thornwood, which is unusual. Usually there's quite a bit of travel on the road, and we just gloss over it and don't talk about it, but it is scarily empty. You haven't seen it this empty since way back when the goblins were raiding this area.
Right.
But as the day draws to a close, you find yourself at the gates of Thornwood, the large brick wall surrounded by a moat and a little bridge. On the other side are closed gates and guards atop, kind of waving you away as you approach.
Neil, anything on the road? We don't encounter any travelers. Do I see anything unusual with the nature around us in the forest? Maybe that birds are behaving differently, or any signs of that something has changed? Because with level 4, I can determine cause of problems.
Yeah. And as a ranger, you might notice if like animal life, like wildlife, is behaving differently around us.
Yeah. It's called nature law. You can find it more information in the Ranger Handbook.
We don't do the Ranger Handbook rules.
Yeah.
Anything in that book is non-canon and not used in the slightest. Because I also don't recall this as a standard ranger ability. Is that only a Ranger's Handbook thing? I think it's only a Ranger's Handbook thing.
Yeah,
I think.
so.
Yeah, those books are fucking broken. They turn your basic classes into super overpowered heroes. So if we would use the Ranger's Handbook, we'd have to use the complete Fighter's Handbook, the complete Priest Handbook, complete Wizard Handbook, and then...
They 3rd edition, 2nd edition, basically.
Yeah.
But what do you recognize, though? Like, animals behaving differently and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Do I notice something?
No.
Especially in the forest, because that is my area.
The Thornwood Forest, you don't see anything unusual in it while you're traveling through. It's fairly quiet. You know, this is a well-maintained forest, so there's not a lot of underbrush. There's not a lot of room for big, scary animals to exist, although there are some scary animals in the Thornwood Forest. They kind of tend to be in the deeper parts. But it's a nice, quiet journey for you all.
As we get to the gates, as it's like coming up in sight, I'll say, maybe I'll let you handle this one, Van.
Sure. We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna try not to get shot by crossbow bolts. I think I'm...
Easy mistake to make.
You pull up Jeeves as you guys are saying this, talking to each other. You can already hear Jeeves saying, "Excuse me, sirs. Masters Malachi, Van Helsing, and Kine here to spend the night. Would you please open the gates?" To which the guards call back, "No, you dirty old man! Gates are closed. No one's coming in."
Van jumps out of the carriage and waves to one of the guards to get his attention.
The guard looks at you. "What do you want?"
I'm Father Van Helsing from Shirebrook. I bring news. Those responsible for the murder of nobles in the region have all been brought to justice.
"And my mother's a goblin."
I have a letter from the Baroness, and I hold up the letter. I assume it has a seal on it. It's meant for Stromheim, but I assume the seal would be indicative of my purpose.
And what's this letter supposed to say?
Exactly what I told you, that those responsible for the murders of nobles in this region have been brought to justice. It's meant for Stromheim because we need to go there for an unrelated matter.
And why should I open my gates to you then? I don't give a shit what the Baroness of Shirebrook says. That girl is barely old enough to vote. By the way, what is voting? Oh no. So yeah, she's barely old enough to drink. I don't give a shit what she says. Another county altogether. Her word has no bearing here. Fuck off.
I thought we were in the same county as
No.
Thornwood is a different county. Shirebrook, because you guys went to the count down in Newfort.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So Newfort is the head of your county, which includes Shirebrook, Newfort, and White Shore.
Why does every god have to be such a dick about things?
What about
I don't
Pete's?
know. Small dick syndrome, maybe. And Van says that quite loudly as he walks back into the carriage. Let's go around, Jeeves.
Wait,
But it's so late, my lord.
I walk out. Excuse me, sir. Sorry to be a pain.
Don't you cast anything?
Yeah, and?
I just say, you've got your gates closed here. It can't be doing much for the local economy. If you were to keep the gates closed when the threat had passed, perhaps it would reflect badly on yourself.
You know what? You're right. We should open up the gates, shouldn't we? Yeah, let's forget the orders that we've been given. let's just open the gates for these guys. You know, I think you're right, John. Let's completely ignore all the orders we've been given by the Countess, and let these fine people who know so much about economics. You know what? You're right. We'll open the gates. Hold on, just one sec. We'll be right there. And they kind of dip
Very
behind
well,
the wall.
thank you. I think they're
Malachi-
coming. The gates are... Get ready, Jeeves.
Oh,
Malachi,
excellent.
I think they are joking. Idiots.
It's their own fault, fine. Let's go around.
All right, you guys go around. It's going to be late, but that's fine. The carriage keeps going late into the night.
You know, Malachi, there's some people in this world I'd very much like to punch, and that guard might be topping the list right now.
Job's worth, mate. Absolute
You know,
job's
it's
worth.
one thing to do your job, but you don't have to be such a smartass about it.
Yep.
So it's like another 30 miles to Misty Rapids. You
That's
guys
fine.
gonna?
I think we're gonna camp out in the woods.
Yeah,
Camp
we'll
out
have
in
to
the
camp
woods.
in the woods. Let the good old days.
Yeah.
Can I roll for arrows?
Sure. Give me a
just-
what is it? D6 arrows per day.
Yeah.
Give it to us. Beautiful.
Yeah.
It was a bumpy road, and while you crafted 6 arrows, at the end of the day, only one of them was usable.
No, I don't think it works like that. I managed to craft one. The rest is...
You just like cut a shaft in half trying to carve it.
I mean, whatever. You know, you produce 1 arrow. The story can be whatever you want it to be.
Because the arrowheads have to be glued to the...
Glued?
Glued, not glued, but
Tied.
tied to it, and I don't think I do that if it is unusable from the beginning.
Right, no, I mean, you might have, like, you make a bunch of arrow shafts, and then you attach the heads to them, then now you come back later, and you're like, oh, fuck, this one's a piece of shit, that didn't work out. Oh, this one's been... I mean, whatever. Like, you work, you only get one that ends up working. It's fine. Add that to your character sheet, and let's roll for night encounters.
Excellent.
There are none.
Excellent.
Yep. And you head off the next day
I
to...
want experience.
I know. You head off the next day to Misty Rapids. The road here is desolate, just as desolate as the last one. No travelers whatsoever. The sounds of the forest are eerily natural. You know, there's plenty of birds around, and you see, like, you know, a skunk cruising around in the morning, and other critters moving about. Maybe a boar off on the other side of the river that doesn't attack you. It's just
Is it
being
like
a
you're saying
boar.
it's too natural?
I'm just saying that it looks like no one's been around in a while, and the animals are more comfortable cruising about.
Okay.
It shows that the closing off of the big cities, or the capitals,
Yep.
makes an impact on travelers.
You guys eventually arrive in Misty Rapids to find that same corpse hanging out front with the same sign dangling beneath it. But now it's been a couple of weeks and it's fairly rotted.
It's a pleasant town, this one.
Yeah, it's much easier to get into. You know, these walled cities have been a real pain in the ass lately, Malachi.
Yep. Well, hopefully we can do something about that, even if Thornwood have got their head up their ass.
Yeah.
Okay. We can just let me know if there's anything you want to do in these places, or we can just keep skipping forward and forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I would.
I want sorry.
Yeah, I would ask in the tavern, on the main biggest tavern in town, the innkeep if there's someone who could bring a message to the Baron or to the keep.
Of Misty Rapid? Of Thornwood? Or of what?
Misty Rapids.
You want to send a messenger to the Baron of Misty Rapids saying
Yeah.
what?
That the culprits for what one said at the Gates of Thorn, that the culprits for the assassinations of the nobles have been caught, and their leader is currently in Shirebrook in jail.
Sure.
And
If this
that's
is just a verbal message that has to be delivered, you can pay 2 copper to a person to send it. If you want it actually written down on paper, the paper is a little expensive, so it'll cost a couple of gold to send it. So which method would you like to choose?
I have a bit of papyrus in my backpack, so I can give him a papyrus. Someone writes it down and
Sure.
hand it over. How much? 7?
A couple, like 4 copper to send the message. Van, what do you write down? I know what Bastion tells you to write,
I
or
address
what
it-
Kind tells you to write, but
Yeah. So I address it to Haynes,
okay.
and I say that those responsible for the recent assassinations and the attempted assassination on Baron Song have been caught and executed.
Cool. The message gets sent off, and you guys spend the night resting in the tavern there. Okay.
Let me know if I learn clairvoyance, Neil, because I'm going to start casting it.
I will let you know.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going to skip ahead to Stromheim,
Yeah.
like if I learn it on the way, yeah.
And by the way, I would do the same in Cauldron if we skip to Cauldron. or
Sure.
something.
Well, we're gonna just move on to the next day where you travel to Cauldron.
Where we
So
get
let's
attacked
take
on the road.
Let's take a look at the map. You're leaving Misty Rapids, heading for Cauldron. When you get about halfway, probably around the area where the territory stops belonging to Misty Rapids and starts belonging to Cauldron, in that general kind of neck of the woods, you see, or you come across an outpost. There are a couple of tents set up with the colors of some landed knight around here. You don't know who it is. Unless someone... No, we don't have proficiencies. There's no heraldry. No, yeah, you have no idea who he is. And there are a few soldiers standing about in fairly common clothes. You know, they've got gambesons with the appropriate colors of their lord on them, and some spears, wearing sandals. One of them's got, a few of them have shields, but they're just kind of resting against the side of the tents.
Are they blocking the road at all?
The tents are on either side of the road, and they're kind of
So you have to go
flanking the
through.
road. They're clearly like, some sort of road blocking soldier force.
Okay, so
Vitalities.
then I'll stop the carriage and jump out.
What is this now?
Let's see.
Good day.
Good day, gentlemen. By the order of His Greatness, Kel Thrommond and Kel Bird, it is our duty to collect taxes along this road.
Huh.
I thought Cauldron is under the supervision of Baron Song.
Baron Song is a liar, a cheater, and a murderer. He has no jurisdiction here despite his tenuous control over our lands.
Either
And
way, though.
of those
happening-
that support him,
So
Are-
you say you're sitting here on the road demanding taxes without any.
Jurisdiction over these lands.
Kel Thrummond and Kel Bird are the knights in charge of the area, the free area of Cauldron. The town itself may still be under the rule of a certain Baron Song, but the rest of the countryside has banded together against him.
So
Yeah,
you
what's
say-
What's the situation with guards and people pointing weapons at us here?
How many are there actually? Looking at this,
You see what looks to be maybe like 8 commoners, 8 men-at-arms, and there's a larger, fancier tent that is indicative of maybe a knight or a higher officer or maybe a noble or something.
Yeah, is anyone
Uh,
pointing a bow at me or a crossbow?
There's no weapons being pointed at you right now, but there are plenty of guards standing around. There's 4 of them that have kind of stopped in front of the wagon or talking to you, and a few others that are going about. One of them's cutting wood, one of them's cleaning out a big pot. They've got weapons
Yeah.
nearby.
How
giving
much-
before Malachi and Van do something, I give him calming to stand down something, but stand down. So it's a hand notion. How much would this tax be?
What sort of goods are you hauling, sir?
no goods. We're travelers.
Well, that's 10% flat tax, so 10% of whatever you have on you.
Right. I have no interest in giving any of my money to extortionists. Stop us if you dare. I'll cut you all down to the last.
No.
They draw their
Oh,
weapons and point them at you, and one of them gives a shout, and the others start to pick up arms.
Whoa,
no,
There's
no.
no need for all this.
Hey!
Casting Tangle.
Okay. I think you actually take them by surprise with your spell casting.
Yeah.
We really gonna do this?
Yep.
Whatever you're doing, this is what Van Helsing is doing.
Man, Malachi, get on the carriage. I have no business. I have no desire to kill these people.
I have no desire to kill
What's
anyone.
the area effect of Entangle? A 40 by 40
40.
cube?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, here we go. Alright, so you cast Entangle. They are caught by surprise.
All right.
You can
So how many
definitely
of them are
catch
stuck?
You can definitely catch the people who are off on the side of the road that are in the grass or around there. But there are a few people who are actually on the path where there's no life to entangle onto them. Let me roll some saves for them, and we'll see how this works out. Okay, it looks like 5 of them, the 5 that are in the grassy areas, are bound by the
All right.
vegetation. And
after
at this
casting-
point, let's roll initiative.
Okay. All right.
The guards give up cries and shouts.
1.
Ooh, wow, you guys beat them. They
Okay.
rolled
Van
2.
does not make any move toward them and says, "We'll be going around now. If any of you try to follow us or attack us or make any hostile action whatsoever, we'll kill you all." And Van starts to direct the carriage to go around this roadblock. So we're on flat ground, right? So we can
Right.
go around the road.
Yeah,
So
you
he
should be able
starts-
to go around the roadblock.
Round.
So is that unentangled people in front of us?
Yes, there are 3 of them.
All right. I will. I say, look, no, I'll pay the tax. I reach into my pocket to pull out some gold and then color spray.
The third person's kind of back a little bit farther. Oh, wait, no, it is a 20 by 20 by 5 wedge.
Yeah.
Let's see.
20 foot's a long way to be away and still
Right.
be described as in front of Neil.
Yeah. You can hit 2 of them. Since it's only, it's fairly narrow at the end, it's only 5 feet, you can hit the guy here and the guy right behind him, or you can hit the guy in front of you and the guy like 15 feet away. But, the cone is fairly narrow. It's only 5 feet at the far end. So you can hit 2 of the 3.
Okay, well, I'll hit the 2 that are closest to me.
Okay. They get no saves and immediately fall unconscious.
That's assuming only 1, actually.
Oh, okay. The closest one to you falls unconscious. Kine?
I will pull
He's
out
in the carriage, isn't he?
my broad and short sword, but I will not attack anyone. I will follow Van and the carriage.
Van is outside the carriage, directing it around this roadblock, going
Yeah.
around the angle spell.
And I will assume a defensive stance, walking alongside the carriage, just to show that if anyone dares to attack us, I will.
After I cast my spell, I'll just get in the carriage.
The remaining guard nearby actually will make an attack at you if you turn your back and start to walk into the carriage. So
Okay.
he makes a stab at you. It's a 19, but you've got charges on you from...
I'll
What's
stop
it
and
called?
turn around after that. Stone
You
skin.
can feel the spear kind of stabbing through your clothes and just bumping. There's a slight pressure in your back. It's kind of annoying, maybe.
Did that man just try to stab you, Malachi?
Let me deal with this fool.
Sure.
You turn to face him while the other guard that's further in the back that was cleaning out the pot, you see him duck into the larger tent and disappear. Next round initiative.
Let me roll it, please.
Okay.
Oh, am I gonna do this? Oh God.
That's
I've got
a
a
tie.
5 on 10.
Everything happens.
You can't be interrupted, so.
How far away is the big tent?
It's like 60 feet. No, it's not that far. It's
How big
I would
is
say
it?
it's like 30 feet.
Would it be engulfed in a fireball?
Oh, definitely. It's only it's like 10 feet across in diameter.
I turn around to look at Van and Kine.
I give him
Don't kill anyone unless they try to kill us.
All right.
My only request.
I turn back to look at the guy who stabbed me. Then is he still there?
He is there shaking in his boots. He got a clear, it was a perfect thrust. It was a natural 19. And it just kind of dinked off of stone. And you have this weird gray color to you.
Yeah.
And you just produce these bright colors from your hands. He's clearly terrified.
I magic missile him. 18 damage.
He falls to the ground in a flurry of blood and, messiness.
Why, you fool.
Let's go.
No, I gave them clear warnings. If they made any sort of attack, we'd slaughter them.
No, we go. If
Oh,
these
I
people
understand.
are just-
I understand. The rest are stuck. But that man earned his fate.
All right. At the same time, because these are all happening simultaneously, out from the tent steps a knight. He's got a shirt of chainmail on, and he's got a sword by its scabbard in his hand. He starts walking down the path towards you, dogged behind himself by the person who ducked into the tent a few moments ago. The knight draws the sword as he comes down the path
That
and
draws
calls
the
out,
scimitar.
I will rush.
"Which
I
one of
will-
you warlocks have trapped my men on the sides of the road?
That would
Face
be
me now!
Be you knight or knave to extort common travelers?
These are my lands. My word is law here. Release my men, pay the tax, and I will let you live."
Very well. A duel it is, and Van draws the scimitar.
Okay. The knight comes forward and goes after Malachi first.
Hold on, I went to intercept him, so he'd have to like go by me, wouldn't he?
Yeah, do you want us all to fight him?
That's fair. If you,
I
you
said
can
a
move in
duel,
front of.
I said a duel it is, and I went to intercept him. So
That's
he'd have
fair.
to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
by.
It goes that he takes a swing at you with his
19
sword.
AC.
Well, it doesn't matter. He
Oh,
hits
stone
a
skin, right.
stone skin charge on you. There's a flurry of sparks as his sword clashes with your armor, kind of dents it and clinks off of the stone behind you.
Excellent.
He curses under his breath, "Witchcraft! Fight me like a man!"
That's exactly what I'm doing. As Van rolls a d20 plus 6 for 12, might not hit
No,
the chainmail.
he's got chainmail.
So it
Time?
would be our turn now. Yeah.
Yeah, you already got your turn this round. You magic missile.
I did say quite loudly a duel it is, so
Right.
he
Yeah,
I think
I
that's
know.
the kind to interpret.
I will motion Malachi to step into the carriage and stand beside the duel.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not gonna walk away. I'm gonna watch.
All right. Next round initiative, Van.
Right. He might go first.
Yeah, he definitely goes first. He takes another swing at you with his sword. 16. If it hits your AC, if it hits over 10, it clears a charge, right?
Yeah, so it'd be
We said-
11. It's 11
said-
for me because of my shield.
Okay.
We
cool.
said plus dex bonus
Plus
and
dex, yeah.
Yeah, I don't get a dex bonus. That's Van's worst stat.
Okay.
Okay.
So it hits you again, reducing another charge on your stone skin. Your turn.
That's fine. D20. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. 23.
That is definitely a hit. That does not clear by 10 though, so it is
Oh,
not
we
a
don't
crit.
do we don't do crits.
Right, we don't do crits. That's even better.
D8 plus 3 for 8 damage.
Ooh, okay. You hit him for 8. You produce a nice long line of blood across your scimitar that comes from the underside of his armor. He grunts with pain. Right. Initiative for next round.
All right, I'm back to the coat. Sorry, you're gonna have to deal with that.
That's fine. Must be chilly.
Oh yeah. D10, 10. He's going first.
Okay. Oh shit! You've got a second attack at the end of last
Okay,
round. that
I thought he
forgot
might.
about, which was a miss. All right. This round. Oh man. You are clearly some sort of magically enchanted something or other. Yeah. He passes his morale check. He makes another slash at you. A natural 20, which clears a stone skin charge off of you,
Excellent.
reducing you to naturally colored skin.
That's fine.
And you see a grin appear across his face.
I attack
you're-
back for 12, so that's gonna be a
It's
miss.
a miss. Initiative.
D10. Who goes first?
You do.
So D20
He's
plus
wounded.
6.
but
Yeah,
he's-
23 again.
Oh, that's a hit.
7 damage.
Okay, now he's critically wounded. He is limping badly after a nasty gash across his leg. Blood's running down his side pretty heavily. He asks you, "Who are you? What sort of
I can't-
wizardry is this, you foul creature?"
I have no interest in identifying myself to you. Put down your arms and I'll let you live.
He takes another slash.
Oh man, this guy's
Natural
gonna
one.
All right.
And he gets a second attack at the end of this round,
Yep.
which is a 3. And then it's initiative, and I think that's probably the end of his story. What's that?
6. So you might
Six.
take
Nope,
first.
he goes first. Yep. Another attack at you.
19 or
Nat
higher?
20 is a hit
Okay.
Hey, got you.
for 8 points of damage.
All right, I attack back with a 22.
Uh-oh.
Plus 3, he takes 5 damage.
He crumples to the ground in a bloody heap.
All right. Van wipes his scimitar off and sheathes it and just goes back to directing the carriage.
So what's the duration of Entangle?
10 rounds. It's been, I think that was a 4-round fight.
Yeah, and maybe a couple rounds of talking, so it's still going for certain. There's the
Let
one.
me make sure it doesn't extend with level. Really.
There's the one guy who had gone to get the knight and is now kind of standing in the road, holding his spear, looking at you guys.
So, did we just inherit a village? A road, at least. I say to the guy.
I shout to the guy, just go.
Could you introduce me to my men?
Malachi, just...
Stop taunting the Malachi, let's go.
He looks to the other people who are, held by the grasses that have clearly, their hands are not on their weapons. The weapons have conveniently fallen to the ground and been entangled as well, so they can't pick them up. The other men are kind of looking at him and at you guys, and back to him, and he's kind of standing on the road, shaking a little.
Well then, I suppose you'll have to fight it out amongst yourselves if we can't stay.
Don't come any closer.
I have no interest. Let's get out of here.
Okay. You guys
Hopefully,
circle
yeah.
around without any problem and head down the road. The entangle wears off while you guys are circling around, but the
Yeah, do they follow? I warned them if they follow, we'll kill them. So, do they follow?
they do not. They
Okay.
give you guys plenty of room. You just cut down the person that they're supposed to be following and killed one of their other men. They're quite content to just let you pass.
Cool. We might want to just travel straight through Cauldron. I'm not sure if staying there is in our best interest.
I could have resolved that whole thing much more peacefully, but I suppose.
Malachi, sometimes you just have to make your demands, and if people don't listen to them, heads have to roll.
Yep.
I'm a little sick of everybody in this world treating us like we're lessers.
You're not wrong, because we do more than most. That's an understatement.
And I'm not going to let people who are basically common bandits extort us on the road.
You should have spared the soldier Malachi. He was already terrified and not willing to fight any longer.
He tried to kill me. Van specifically told him. Like, maybe it was a bit harsh, but you can't let that kind of thing slide.
I did give him fair warning.
Okay. You guys continue your journey along the road.
Yep. I think, so are we in agreement? Just travel straight through Cauldron? Keep going?
Yep.
All right.
Jeeves asks if that means you're not going to stop overnight. You're just going to push through.
Yeah, we're just going to push through. We'll camp on the road if need be.
Sure. When you come through Cauldron, you do see the coiled snake of Misty Rapids flying above the keep there in Cauldron.
Cool.
But no one stops you. There are plenty of looks at your carriage as you come through town. You proceed out through the other side, and it's sunset nearly when you're just through, so you'll have to camp in the wilderness again.
I've got an alarm spell that I'll cast on our camp.
Okay.
Since I do remember a trapdoor spider encounter around here. Or maybe that was north of Stromheim.
Okay. It is a quiet day, or quiet night. You cast the alarm spell. Nothing triggers it. It is, like 60 miles to Stromheim? 50 miles to Stromheim? So it's going to be like a day and a half to get there.
And I don't know,
Random encounter rolls at the worst.
Sean, don't forget to heal yourself.
Oh,
Otherwise, Kine would mention it that he should
Sure, yeah.
take a look at this wound.
Yeah, Van will cast that healing spell sometime through Cauldron, I guess. 6 back, so I have to do 2. D8. Alright, so I'm back to full.
I'll refresh his stone skin this day, or the next day,
Yeah, is it
Sure.
did we sleep the night yet? Like, is it a new day?
Yeah, it's going to take you a couple days to get to Cauldron, and there are no random encounters along the way.
Okay, so I refresh Van's stone skin.
Cool. I only had, I think 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's a
rolled the
bad
minimum.
roll.
It takes 2 more days to get to Cauldron. Actually, this next day, at the end of this next day, a half day before Stromheim, you do learn Clairvoyance.
All right.
Nice.
All
Now
right.
the only problem is you got to make sure that you don't lose that parchment. You do have the scroll case,
Yeah.
I guess. So you do have
Yeah,
some.
I've got some scroll cases, and Niels did say I can rewrite the spell down if I've learned it, can't I? It'll just take
Yes.
some time.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so do I have a chance to learn spells after I've learnt it or not?
Yes,
we in
there's a
Stromheim?
night that has passes.
Alright,
so
then.
you guys are where's my map? You guys are about here when you settle down for the night. Yeah, and that is the day that you finish learning Clairvoyance.
Then I will learn it the next day and cast it first thing in the morning
Where are you casting it?
on the cave that we scried upon with all the bones, the one that I clairaudienced. And I want to cast it at the roof of the cave to look down, try and get a good view as much of it as I can.
Okay. Why don't we take a break here, and when we come back on the other side of the break, we'll find
Okay.
out what's going on in the cave.
Shadow Dragon.
See you guys on the other side of a break. Bye-bye.